Alright, here we go. And on you.
Alright, so it's Jake One. I'm back with another Behind the Beat. And this one is for Wale's song Groundhog Day. Groundhog's Day? Groundhog Day. Whatever we call it. This record actually came together in a different way than normal for me because I made the beat sometime like in November or something like that. Or I don't know, sometime last winter. And I don't know, I'm always trying to flip stuff that's like classic to me that I grew up on. So I made a couple beats with kind of like the You're a Customer like kind of pattern. For those that don't know, I'm sure you can Google that shit and figure it out. But and a couple people rapped on, but they never seen the light of day. Anyways, around that time I heard Drake had a song. I don't know, Seven in Calabasas or something. Anyways, it had the same bounce, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta get one off like that." Around that same time, when I was making the beat, my publisher Ryan Press, big shout out to him, Ryan. He gave me a drive of a bunch of Philly International like multi tracks, which is like for me that's like gold. So. I was going through them and I found this OJ song that I always have wanted to flip differently called Help Somebody Please. So I took the elements from that song, chopped it up, and made a beat. And it was really dope to me. And a couple weeks later, Wale hits me. He's like, man, I needed like a beat, it's really going to make me rap. And Wale's like somebody that actually, he'll call me and we'll talk. And he usually kind of listens to me, Some people don't listen to me, some people do. But he's one that actually kind of listen to me. So shout out to him for that. And I sent him maybe like 4 or 5 beats. And then he sent me back the record. And he was like, yeah, I want to put this out like now. And it came out a couple of days later. And, kind of set the internet on fire a little bit. It got a lot of plays and people were interested in it because J. Cole had dropped a song. I don't even remember what it was called. Anyways, there was a verse on the song that was, I guess, kind of directed at Wale. I mean, I thought when I heard it, it's kind of Wale. Like I thought he might have fit. And the thing that was crazy to me about Wale's kind of response to Cole's record, I've never heard anybody do this in hip hop, and this is why I liked it so much, is that the things that J. Cole like addressed in his song, Wale was like, man, you're kind of right. Like, yeah, I do take this shit for granted at times and stuff like that. So I really fucked with him for saying that because that's different for hip hop. Hip hop's normally about like, oh, you said something that could be perceived negative about me, fuck you forever. And, he handled it real adult, man, and made a dope song. So, it's cool to be a part of that. On a whole nother side, a lot of producers, they look at like, don't give rappers free beats or, blah, blah, blah. So like, when I gave Wale the beat, there was no expectation like it's going to come out. It's just like, nah, I'm just going to do this for you. He's my man. And we've made money together. It's all good. And it was pretty dope because the reaction to the song made the label buy the record and, take the proper steps. And, I got a check out of it. So that's great. That's like the best scenario that can happen. So, I'm all about producers getting paid, but sometimes you got to look at the situation and make the decision for what you think is right. Or, the relationship you have with a person. It's not a black and white issue. You got to be able to kind of, determine these things for yourself. And enough of that. I'm going to get back and show you how I made it. All right, so this is Wale Groundhog's Day. This is when I actually get to show you the sample that I got it from. Once again, shout out to Ryan Press for hooking me up with this stuff so I could, make joints out of it. Because when I get to multi-track or something, it just allows me to do something way more creative than I would have done with the record. So this is the multi-track of the OJ song, Help Somebody Please. anyways, incredible song. People sampled it before, but it was just one of those songs I would love to take a crack at. You know, if I could separate certain things out of there. So what I decided to do was really just make a pass of just the Rhodes and guitar and the string part, because that's really what I wanted to chop. So I took that, put in the ASR, and I think it's tuned up. Yeah, it's pitched up a little bit. So I made a little sequence out of this part. So that was kind of the main sequence that I made. So then I added the bass. I chopped up the bass notes off to the session, because why wouldn't I? That's why they give it to me soloed. So. And this is kind of where the your customer thing comes in. I just always love how that bass line on your customer rocks. Like it's real simple, but with the drums doing that is perfect. So I took that and I put it into Pro Tools. And then I just started building drums on top of it. Have it in there. I also did an intro part with another piano chop off the record that I didn't save, but you'll be able to hear that. Throw in a little vocal splash, because that's what I do. Vocal part off of the session I threw in there. So yeah, I mean this kind of like what I've been doing a lot, where I like doing my sample chops on here because I'm just more comfortable with it. But Pro Tools kind of gives me the ability to do some trickier things that I can do in here, because shit is old and primitive as fuck. So yeah, it's kind of like how I put this together. You guys should go check out that OJ song, because it's a shit. It's called Help Somebody Please by the OJs. And this was the behind the beat for Wale's Groundhog Day.
The most highly underrated of my generation. Behind them crooked smiles, niggas neglect to embrace me. Respect is in order now. My liquor is more than yours. You throwing them little shots, we catching some cases. A lot of niggas hate to love me or they love to hate me. Labeled as reckless and crazy.